Hey guys, how are we doing today? Today we'll be watching Halloween Kills. The wait is finally over, the anticipation, and yeah, it's finally been released. It's also on streaming. I was initially gonna watch it in the cinema, but I thought to myself, you know what? Let's watch it with you guys, because I've been talking about this movie for a very long time. Ever since I started the channel, I'm a big fan of the series. I'm a hardcore fan of the series, and the Halloween content will not be over after this. I'll be doing it part 5, part 6, part 7, Resurrection, and the remakes, and even 2018 movie reaction, redo commentary for the rest of this month for Halloween, for October. So stay tuned for that, but let's watch Halloween Kills. This has been dubbed as probably the most violent Halloween movie. Apparently, it's gonna be crazy, in your face, just bonkers. And I'm nervous but excited because I've ignored the reviews, but when a new Halloween film comes out, it's never been consistent. It's either been complete awful or amazing. I liked the last movie. I thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty good. It was a good return after what we got in Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie, but I really hope they don't fuck this up. I really hope they don't. I'm gonna wait. After I watch this movie, I'm gonna watch the Chris Tuckman's review and even Jeremy Johns to try and see what they think. But as a hardcore Halloween fan, I'm very excited to see what they do here. And I did watch one of the trailers. I did a reaction to it on my channel, and I liked it. I'm looking forward to see the scene with the fire service and. Oh, but once I watch this, I'm gonna watch it again in the cinema. Because let's be honest, when you watch it once, you have to breathe it in, you have to think about it, and then watch it again and give you true feelings. Because with the 2018 film, when I first watched it, I thought it was one of the best movies of the series, and then it kind of went down in quality a little bit. Because granted, that was a movie that for the first time in like 8 years we got a Halloween movie, so my expectations and how I view things were a bit too over the top. Maybe it'll happen again with this, but we'll see. But if you guys are interested, you can watch the full-length reactions on my Patreon, where you can watch full-length reactions to all the movies and TV show episodes I watch on Patreon. I'll be doing the same for all the rest of the Halloween movies. And if you guys have seen my reaction to Part 1, Part 2, and Part 4, and expect the rest of the series and also other movies and other TV shows down the line that I'm doing. And yeah, without further ado, that's my fucking deal. I suppose and goes 3, 2, 1, go.
He needs to die, and I'm the one that's gonna get him.
I'm happy. He died. I thought he died. Oh, Halloween night, 1978. Oh, the movie looks... I'm so happy Hawkins is still alive, by the way. I didn't like how they ended him in the last movie, so I'm glad they brought him back. Question is, are we going to see Loomis? That's my question. That'll be fucking rad.
Alright, take it easy.
Where'd he go? Where is he? You didn't see him?
Take a deep breath.
Hey, man.
Ah, the music!
That's it. Halloween, 1960.
Oh, that's a good shot. See, he's no fucking mansion like it is in Halloween 5. Fucking Dracula's house in Part 5.
Where nothing exciting ever happens.
Oh! Damn it! He's so slick. He shot his partner in the neck.
Did Michael kill again?
It's a good recast. Looks like him. Oh dear! That might be one of the best openings of the series. I don't know. Will Pann's back though. I'm happy about that. I'm so fucking happy they didn't kill him off. Ah! Like a fucking action movie. That didn't last very long.
But that nutbag lives a highly flammable lifestyle.
Do not talk no shit about that woman. She will fuck you up.
How about you and I snack?
Somebody in there?
You guys better get the fuck out. See, this what freaks me out. Like people in your house, man. You're not supposed to be in your house.
Hey, Sandra! Sandra! There's a big fella in our bathroom.
You have to be faster than that. He just stares into their soul as he's killing them. How many knives you gonna put on his back?
He's in the backseat of my car. I saw him when I went to go get in. It's the same guy you were talking about. The one.
Tommy Dog gonna fuck him up.
Tommy Dog's gonna fuck him up. I wouldn't be doing this. I'll get a fucking bazooka first, not a baseball bat. What the fuck? Mark was a better driver than that.
Big John! Big John, come! She swallowed a razor blade. She's still alive. Call 911.
Can you help her?
That happened a lot, didn't it? Sick bastards, man.
Hi.
What is it?
You okay?
Know what happens to people who come into the Myers home without an invitation?
We're not even
Wait,
scared.
what? They're in Michael's house. I didn't realize.
He stabbed his sister in the tits.
Yuck.
Right upstairs.
Yuck. Why would you move in there, you fucking idiots?
Michael Myers is alive.
What?
Allison, are you okay? We're going after him. Me, my dad, you. If you want to come, we're joining Tommy Doyle.
It does make sense. It's a small town, isn't it? It makes sense why there'll be mobs, kind of like in Halloween 4.
Just want to help out. I'm a doctor. My husband's a nurse.
Oh yeah.
I should have guessed.
It's like Meet the Fockers, isn't it?
There's a creepy man in a white mask, and he keeps like trying to play hide and seek with us, and he's taking the back.
Where did you see him?
Hello! What the hell are you doing?
They think it's funny. Oh.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense to you.
What the hell is that?
Oh, like the first one.
Hey, Michael! This is for Dr. Loomis.
Yeah. Idiot. Stop going close. Oh my god. That, I bet Mark was laughing with the mask right now. You can tell he's laughing. He's like, this shit's too easy. You better run for your fucking life. Vintage Michael, innit?
Sorry. That's Marion, Lonnie.
I'm gonna get you.
Really? Oh my god, he's so confident.
I always liked you.
You're so crazy.
Fuck you. We killed Michael.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Well, it's about time.
Ow.
Nah. That's actually funny. Because that's like a poking fun of the franchise.
Killed Marion. And he attacked Lindsay too.
What? Karen!
We didn't know for sure. I didn't know what to tell you. Mom, I just want you to be okay.
We fight. We always fight.
Do this.
Get out of my way!
Mom, please. What are you doing?
You're not well enough.
Do you even know what that is?
Yeah, exactly. You're crazy.
No.
Let him take my head as I take his.
No.
Maybe the only way he can die is if I die too. No. Karen,
That's how it's gonna end, I think. Yeah, okay. Good luck, buddy.
Someone's in our house.
Okay, get out now. Don't investigate. Oh my god.
I got this knife.
And I'm not afraid to use it. Looks like Danny McBride. Oh, the armpits.
Big shot!
Wow.
It needs to die.
It needs to die.
and I'm the one that needs to kill it.
It's not him yet. Oh!
Now he's turning us into monsters.
Yes. And idiots. Sheriff has no control.
I came face to face with this asshole when I was a kid. He creeps, he kills, he goes home.
And that's where we're going.
Yeah.
I like those very like 80s. Well, it's the Carpenters, isn't it?
Now I'm going in alone.
What?
Mr. Elam.
You fucking dummy, you brought your kid to the... Okay, just stay here. I will see you at the finish line, buddy.
Why go on your own, though? Like, you need more guys. I don't know why you brought these kids. Why?
This is so fucked up.
Terrible plan. One to get killed.
Cameron, let's go.
Oh, look at that photo. Guys like this. He recreated the picture. Oh.
Cameron!
What are you doing? Just get up then.
Hey, motherfucker! No! No! No!
Oh my god. that's so sick. I bet he's smiling under that mask. Sick bitch. No, carry on.
Come and get it! You want to fucking kill someone? Take me!
I'm glad they're not showing his face. Oh, it's definitely a trap.
Hey, Michael. Everyone's entitled to one good scare.
It's a handicap match. 10 on 1. Who will win?
You can't defeat it with brute force.
If we only knew then what we know now.
He just pulled a Rocky Balboa. It's pretty cool.
If they don't stop him tonight, maybe we'll find him tomorrow or next Halloween.
He just pulled a comeback of the century. And that was Halloween Kills. And that was a lot to digest. A lot for me to think about, but I liked it. I really did. It felt different to what the first one, when I say the first one, I mean Halloween 2018 was going for. But obviously the biggest difference was this mob mentality about how people in this town are going to respond. And it makes sense because when you're in a small town, I don't live in a small town, but when you're in a small town and something horrible occurs like that 40 years ago and it happens again, there is going to be major uproar. Would it be the scale of this? Maybe not, but I think it would be close. And I do like that aspect to an extent. Certain things, certain decisions that characters make in this really boggles my mind. For over small things like, you know, not making sure he's dead, just staring at him, or you know, certain character decisions that we all hate in slasher movies, it still occurs here. But that's a petty critique at that point. But I feel like the biggest problem the movie is this mob mentality is basically the focus of this movie. And as a guy who just loves Halloween and loves the franchise as a whole, it was never really about that, and this is the different take that the filmmakers went with this, because I do understand wanting to be different every time they do make a new one, because the formula's been done so many times. From the first one, the second one, it's pretty straight and narrow. It's just a slasher movie with Michael Myers, and it's different to Friday the 13th in the sense that the atmosphere and the tension and the music is a lot more iconic in terms of what we expect in this kind of movie. But I feel like the message of this was how a town reacts to disruption, pretty much, and someone like Michael. And it's nice to see the old characters back. You get Brackett. I feel like Brackett was very underused in this movie. I know you do hear him say a couple of lines every now and then, but you never really see him have a full-on conversation with somebody. You do hear him discuss what happened, you know, his kind of reaction to his daughter dying 40 years ago, and what, you know, we kind of get in there a little bit, but he was a big part of the first one. He was. And the second one. And I do like how they used, by the way, the shot of him going to his daughter, right, from the second one. I do like how they did that. Because, hey, use it if you can, I guess. It's extra footage. It's a retcon, so go for it. But I noticed, by the way, he never even spoke to Laurie. And he's a security guard at the hospital. He never even went to see Laurie, and they spoke in the first one a couple times. And she was best friends with his daughter. I don't know. And I do like how he joins in on this mob mentality thing, trying to evil dies tonight. If you play a drinking game about how many times someone says evil dies tonight, you get fucking hammered. But yeah, there's so much I want to talk about, and I feel like I'll start with the positives. Will Patton as Hawkins, I want him to come back. When he died, and when I thought he died, I did think he died in the last one, and maybe the filmmakers did intend for him to die, but maybe, I don't know, or was it the opposite? Who knows? But I'm happy they brought him back, because it was a shitty way for him to go out, especially because you got Will Patton. He's been in, he's a great actor. He's been in so many good movies. Having him in the Halloween film is great, and playing and he's like Laurie in the sense that he takes a backseat. He's injured, got stabbed in the neck 500 times by a crazy doctor. So I assume you'll see him back up to speed and everything in the third movie, or the fourth movie, I guess, and like with Laurie as well. But it was great to see him, and him in the flashback. The flashback in this was the best part, in my opinion. I love the first movie. I love the first two movies the most, and how, in terms of the the look of it and everything, how it feels like brothers, and they feel like they're two brothers, like two twin brothers in terms of the style, the look of it. It's takes place at the same night. It has that feels, and these flashback sequences definitely does a great job at going back to those moments with how it looks, and Michael's mask, and you got Loomis there. You got the costume, the police uniform. You got the cars and everything. You got the hairstyles. It all feels like it takes place at 78, and those sequences were very fun to watch, because they can do so much of that as well. They had fun with it, because obviously part 2 doesn't count, so they can decide what happened after the ending of the first one. And it was great to see the vintage Michael. And the great things about these new movies are they get Michael done so well compared to the sequels. The old ones, like part 5 for example, they really do fuck up Michael. They make him cry, give him a shit mask, and he looks completely stupid. In this one, he looks, they get it right. The biggest component in the movie, they get it right. And the music by the Carpenters, and I forgot the other guy's name, they added some new stuff to it as well, some weird beats, some 1980s kind of dun 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 dun. It worked. And for me though, the flashbacks, I do like how it adds an extra layer to the character of to Hawkins, because he didn't know he was the reason why Michael's still alive. Loomis was going to put a gun into his head and blow his brains out. But he felt not sorry for him, but he thought, hey, he's going to, he's not just purely simply evil. And 40 years later, he changes his mind for sure. But I do like that dimension to his character. He feels regret, and his partner died, and he shot his partner in the neck. And they did what they should have done with his character. They didn't just let him die in the last one. They built onto him without. He wasn't in the movie that much, but he had some good scenes with Laurie or with whoever. And I'm happy he's still alive, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in the next movie for sure. And when it comes to other things too, the kills are brutal. The kills are fucking brutal. When he gouges that dude's eyes, when he there was one funny sequence when I did find it funny. I might be the only person on this planet who found it funny, but when he kills Marion, and Marion's like, this is for Dr. Loomis, and he tries to shoot, and there's no bullets in the chamber, or when the nurse is trying to strangle him, and he just fucking stabs him in the eye, and that poor chick with the gun runs at him with the gun, and he pushes the door, and she shoots herself. I found that hysterical, and I because like it was so easy for him to do all that, and in a way, it was all kind of by accident in a weird way, and yeah, but the movie is shot beautifully. This is a perfect example of why cinematography in Halloween movie is so important. In Halloween 5, for example, I know I pick on that movie a lot, but it didn't look like it was taking place on Halloween half the time. It looked like it's middle of the summer in 1989, and this you get the pumpkins. It has that festive mood to it, the Halloween 4 mood to it, and there's some really good tension building in these scenes too. And when Lonnie for some reason goes in there all by himself, you're like, what's gonna happen? What's going on there? And the part that bothered me but didn't bother me was the other patient. I like they did something different there about how, this guy also escaped, and the people who don't really know much about Michael are confusing him with Michael, and he kills himself, jumps out the window, and it kind of reflects the consequence of this mob mentality. I do like that and what they were going for, but I don't know. I felt like it was trying to go so far in that direction instead of just making a good Halloween movie. You know, maybe being a bit petty on that, but I didn't mind it. But I feel like it took too much of the focus of the movie. But I think that was the point of this movie, was to show that side of it, and it was different because if you minus that, it's just another Halloween movie, and the kills, some of it's creative and some of it's not, but it's still the body counts. I don't. How many do probably over 10 at least. I think when he killed that old guy in front of the old lady when she's just bleeding out was really brutal. He used every single knife in the kitchen. Like, pfft, he's a full on dick in this movie compared to the last one. Even obviously the first one, the vintage one, he is a dick in this one. Like he looks into your soul as you're dying as well. I think he's always done that, but so and when these two guys live in the Myers house, right? It definitely reminded me of Halloween 6 when the Strode family moves into that house, and like, who would do that? I wouldn't do that. I think some people would, some crazy people would, but that as a concept seems crazy to me. But I guess they want to live life on the edge and be edgy. I guess I don't know, and but those flashbacks, man, was so good. They were so good. The guy who played Loomis looked just like him to me. Sounded like him. The attire was done great. The ending was. It had the same problem as the first one. When I say the first one, the last one, because this is part of a trilogy, right? It felt like it ended a bit too it was like anticlimactic a little bit. So I do like how they pay homage to the death of Judith in the first one in the opening classic, and by having Karen get killed off in the same way, pretty much in the same location nearly, and I do like that touch to it. And you see young Michael in the window. That was a good little nod as well. I like that, and the mob beating on Michael at the end. It kind of got annoying that they just stopped beating on him and just let him lie there. But then he just pulls a comeback of the century, Rocky Balboa round 11, and just wins it, I guess, and just fucks them all up. And surprisingly, I was kind of surprised he killed Tommy. I kind of expected Tommy to be in the third one for some reason. But yeah, they killed Tommy's the main character in this pretty much. He's the main protagonist because Laurie's in the backseat, which makes sense because she's injured. She's pretty badly injured as well, and I guess he has his moment, and watching him dying as he's looking right into Michael's eyes was pretty cool. So in their history together, because you remember he was stalking Tommy ages ago back in the first one, after school, and he was driving in the car and watching him. Like, they have a lot of history, and it's crazy that kind of ends with that in a way. And we all know where the third one's gonna go, though. We do know it's gonna end with those two dying together. I think that makes sense. Laurie and Michael dying together. It was hinted on in this movie, and it kind of makes sense. With Karen dying, I don't think it adds doesn't create that much change, but I didn't expect it to happen, and we know that'll give Laurie more incentive. And I actually like what they did with Cameron as well. Cameron in the last one was just a doofus. In this, he had more of a purpose, and because Lonnie, his dad, had a face-to-face encounter with Michael in the flashback. They show us that, and they gave him more of an incentive to explain why he's doing this, why he's joining on the manhunt for Michael. And so yeah, that's my first impression of the movie. It's hard for me to ever. It's hard to compare these to the older ones because you have that nostalgic feel for it, and yeah, the timelines are a product of how bad the series got at times. But for me, the timeline I'll always love is 1, 2, and 4. That's my timeline. That's one and I just pretend 5 and 6. Even though I love 6 to a certain extent, I just pretend it didn't happen. And I do like H2O, but I do like the multiple choices you get. But for me, these new movies, they're good. I enjoy them. I'm happy that we got good quality Halloween movies, but it's very hard for me to replace that timeline with what we got in the original, because yeah, it's a retcon. I do to be honest with you, I think they could have done these movies as sequels to the first two. I don't get why they had to ignore the second one. I'm still a bit butthurt over that, even when I found out before 2018 came out. But the question is, do I prefer this over 2018? Yeah, I think it makes 2018 better, actually, because the fact that Will Patton's still alive, his character's still alive, that was my biggest problem with the last movie, how they killed off Hawkins and how Sartain, all that shit. That's still a problem, but it made it less of a problem with this movie. So in a way, it kind of complements this last movie, and hopefully the third one will do the same for this, but it's not a perfect movie. There is some cringy lines, one-liners at times, and some weird moments, but in terms of, I feel like the whole midway of the movie, them thinking that's Michael, the guy who looks so much different to what we think Michael is. He's smaller and a bit chubbier and doesn't look like he's very intimidating. He doesn't look very strong. When about, the other patient, he looks kind of frail. Why would you think that's Michael, who's killed so many people? I have no idea. He was able to kill all these firemen pretty easily. And speaking of, that sequence is just crazy. He's standing on the patio door with that. Fucking, I don't even know I don't even remember what he was holding. And the fire service is like, I guess. And they just get murked. But the opening was brilliant. I loved the opening to this movie. I even said when I was watching it, like, is that the best opening of all the sequels? A flashback where it looks just like the first one, and you get some context of Michael and how he got incarcerated, and you get some young Hawkins, and you get some Loomis, and I don't know. I might not go crazy and say it's the best, but it's a pretty damn good opening, and yeah, that's my thoughts. I have just laid upon you guys. Lindsay's still alive, I guess, so we'll see her. So, I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with this third movie. I really am. I'm very curious. Very, very curious. But, yeah, that was my reaction to Halloween Kills. And as a hardcore fan of the franchise, I liked it. I do. I liked it. It was entertaining. The kills were good. Michael was... He was ferocious in this one. Some of the kills were borderline Rob Zombie movies kind of, level. And that's saying a lot. And there is some, bits of the movie where I'm like, you didn't have to go there. I don't feel like I had to go there. But all in all, compared to the shit we did get before, like Resurrection, Part 5, you really can't complain with this. You just can't. And there isn't that many good quality slasher movies these days because their peak was the 80s, but this is what we got, and it was enjoyable. And my main concern is they don't fuck it up in the third one, but who knows? Who the hell knows? And here's the other thing too. Knowing what we get with Tommy in this movie, and they did ask Paul Rudd to come back, it would have been goddamn hysterical if he came back to play this version of Tommy, Paul Rudd, the guy who he's more known as Ant-Man obviously now, and even this is 40 or fucking knocked up or whatever the hell, 40-year-old virgin or whatever you want to say, clueless obviously. In an alternate universe, I would have loved to see that. I really would have, but yeah, that's my rambling for this movie. If I had to give it a rating out of 10, I'll give it a good 7. I'm going to watch it again down the line, maybe in a week or so, and I'll probably either confirm what I think or I might change my opinion. Who knows? But yeah, here's the other thing too. Don't get too influenced by what other people think. When I mean other people, I mean people in the comments or on YouTube. You know, it's their opinion, but I try my best to avoid their opinions before I watch this, and I'm thankful for it. But it's going to be interesting now to watch their reviews afterwards and see what they say. And yeah, that was my reaction to Halloween Kills. And if you guys enjoy this reaction, and if you guys are interested, you can watch the Flame for Reactions on my Patreon, where you can watch Flame for Reactions to all the movies and TV show episodes I watch on Patreon. And I will see you guys next time, and have a good day.